Hey everybody, it's a Fast Food Freddy. Hey everybody, it's a Fast Food Freddy. Hey everybody, are you ready? It's Fast Food Freddy.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Fast Food Freddy, and I just want to apologize for not being around more often. I've been really busy lately, spending a lot of time with my club called the Fast Food Aficionados. We go around to different restaurants and then we eat the food and we just chat about everyday things. I've also met a girl, and I met her at a Taco Bell when and when she ordered her cheesy gordita crunch the same way that I ordered mine, and that's with extra sauce. I knew that she was special, so I asked her out to a picnic at the park, and so since then I've been talking to her late night. Anyways, for the subject of this video, I wanted to talk about food genres. It's really important, the genre that you choose, because it sets moods, it's good for socialization, for satisfying your cravings, so on and so forth. So I wanted to name my top 3 food genres for you guys today. And hopefully they'll give some insight into you thinking about your own genres, so that the next time you go out, you choose the right place. Alright, I've made some notes, so I'm going to be glancing over at my computer screen here, so I hope it doesn't bother you guys. Okay, first of all, number 3, Italian food. Now, for starters, Italian restaurants generally give you some bread to start out with, and the bread is normally pretty exquisite. So make sure that you go to a fairly upscale Italian restaurant. Now, Fazoli's, they give you all the breadsticks that you can eat, but they're not really the greatest for you. They taste fantastic, but you could easily get super fat off of that stuff if you just keep going. So I don't know if I'd recommend that. Maybe like an Olive Garden, or you can even go to like a Bath Boats Pizza or something like that. Of course, these are locales that are close to me, so you might not even know what these places are. Sorry. So, as for the starters, it's always nice to have bread and with a little dipping sauce. You know how fan I am of sauce, so if they have some tomato, basil type dipping sauce, that is fantastic. Italian restaurants pride themselves on pasta. It's pasta all the time. So, if you like spaghetti and meatballs, you can't go wrong with that. They have fettuccine, you can do lasagna, meat or without meat. They're heavy on the red vegetable that is like tomatoes, red peppers, but they also dabble in other vegetables. Of course, they wouldn't want to stick to just one colored pepper or vegetable. It wouldn't make much sense. But it's all really good stuff. But you of course have to be aware, if you're eating a lot of pasta, that the carbo loading is going to be massive. And so if the carbo loading is going to be massive, then your weight might also end up being massive. So you have to be very careful about how much Italian you eat during the week. Meatloaf is also something that they serve at Italian restaurants. I went to one Italian restaurant and they served me this meatloaf, and it tastes kind of burnt, and it was just that. It was just like a loaf of meat. Like, I would think that if you're gonna like make some meatloaf, you better spice it up so that it tastes not necessarily just like meat. Like, it's gotta have some flavor, because all you're eating is straight meat, right? And so you really need to be versatile with your serving of meat. So listen up, Italian restaurants, fix the meatloaf. Of course, I've only had the one meatloaf at the one restaurant, so I don't really know about any other restaurants. I better try that out. Number 2, American food. I know, it's so cliche for me to say that I like American food, but the American food is just so delicious. It's not good for you, but it's so delicious. Starters generally for American food, and this is not restricted only to American food, it's just generally what American restaurants will start you out with are, they like a lot of soups and salads. So, females oftentimes like to get the salad, and that's okay, and some males will also get the salads, which is, you know, I guess that's okay, but I mean, come on guys, why don't you try some buffalo wings or something? You wanna get some salads? What? Anyways, so, and soups are pretty good too, as long as the soup bowls aren't that big, because you don't want to spoil your appetite for the main meal. And so I generally don't really get too many starters, because I don't like to spoil my appetite. Moving to the starters, American food starters, we really like our meat. So we serve a lot of burgers, steaks, and fries in general. And so we're carnivores here in America, and I hope that, and most people I think everywhere, I mean humans are, well, I guess we're not carnivores if we eat plants too. I guess we're omnivores if you really want to get right down to it. But this is not a dinosaur lesson. So, if you're going to have your red meat, make sure that you eat your meat medium for the flavor, because if you cook out all the blood, you cannot have a great rich experience of meaty flavor. So I would recommend medium, and if you're a little scared, I guess you can go to medium well. But generally, most restaurants don't really do a good job of going to medium well. The pink is almost entirely gone. A benefit of this is that they choose generally, if you're gonna get a well done meat, then they will choose the worst looking meat that they have, the least fresh. But if you choose something like, if you want medium, then they're gonna say, oh, he's gonna be tasting this meat is gonna be all up in his mouth, and he's gonna be able to tell if it's good or not. So we better choose our freshest beef, or pork, or whatever. And so, if you choose medium, then you have a higher chance of getting fresh meat. Keep that in mind. Top your meat the way you like it. If you like A1 steak sauce, use the sauce. If you like ketchup, mayonnaise, even if you like ranch on your burgers, that's good. And of course your vegetable, tomatoes, mayonnaise, pickles, lettuce, and so on. So make sure that you do that because you want to be happy after you're finished. When you eat your fries, make sure that you eat them lightly salted with a bit of ketchup or ranch, because fries in and of themselves are delicious, but you can only accentuate the taste if you have a sauce to go with them. So make sure that you pay close attention to that. It will make your experience more enjoyable. And other options for your sides would be onion rings. And I'm not a big fan of onion rings because I don't like onions, so some people like those, so it's up to you really.
Copyright 2007 by Fast Food Freddy. All sound clips we heard were solicited freely from the internet. Fast Food Freddy is not endorsed by any company or product mentioned in this video. Fast Food Freddy.